Oh yes, guys. Welcome to this video. It was on 15th Wednesday. I wanted to do a quick review of my today's trade position and also what I did have yesterday and what I was really expecting. And firstly, let me begin off with what I was expecting yesterday and how I did actually execute. If you remember from my Monday position, because I have taken traded every day from Monday because the market has been pretty clean, and I was expecting this quick move over here as it happened because of we are in a zone of no resistance whereby we don't have anything much to resist the market. That's why I've been really trying to take advantage of these moves, sharp moves, trying to enter positions kind of that I can say more aggressive because in this you can see from the charts it seems like there's no any pullback at all, right? We don't expect much pullbacks, and I can tell you, or I will be showing you how I did get to have my positions in my entries and how I was managing maybe to take kind of 1 to 4s and also trading my two accounts which are really up massively. I can, since we will be hitting that target, maybe I can close my week off today as of Wednesday and see what tomorrow will be doing, and then we can see what will be happening because I don't want to give back my profits because the real move has actually happened, right? So let's get started. So as of yesterday, seeing that the market had expanded on Monday nicely of this daily fair value gap, which was my context area, we had some nice reactions of this level. This was my first target, right? The prior day high or Friday's high. Then my second target, which was that internal range liquidity, intermediate term highs, sorry, which is also an internal range liquidity. Then we have these highs and also now these main highs that are there, which is my final target. So since I was really bullish on that, I was dropping in the lower time frames to find my context area. Since yes, we have the daily time frame, the market has already reacted from it. How was I getting involved in this? So I waited for the 9 a.m. candle, 9:30 opening to take place because I'm trading US 100. So at that moment in time, what I'm seeing is that the 6 to kind of 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So those are 4 hours to 10. So at around 9:30, we are seeing the market expand. So the next candle, that's where I did want to take advantage of. And I was trying really to find what could be my context areas for this position, for a long position. Could we really expect to see the market rally to these 4-hour IR? To me, it was a low probability. It is possible, but kind of it was a low probability. But I had to have these labels here because, yes, if that happens, then from this area, I can try to look for opportunities. But also, you can see another red line and also a line there. All these were context areas from the 1-hour time frame, whereby I was watching these levels. If the market actually trades these levels, how was I to react to these specific levels? What are those levels? I told you about the 4-hour IR. Also, because this is the 10 a.m. candle, you can see 9:30 already printed. So I wanted to see how will the 9:30 the 10 a.m. candle print. Will we really see this drop to this even fair value area? This is the fair value area 1 hour because we have a rally drop, rally higher that broke through that high. Will we retest this level and then continue higher, or could we form the 1 hour immediate rebalance or the 4 hour immediate rebalance to rally higher? So having that in mind, and drop further even to the 15 minutes time frame to get to see what the market is actually or what the market is printing. Since I have my context areas, since I have my specific levels, what is the market telling or how are the candles printing? I did notice that we had this breakthrough, and you can see how we did expand going higher. We formed this fair value gap. As we were forming this fair value gap, then I was waiting to see how price reacts within this area. We traded into this. Then as we were trading into it, getting off, I wanted to find some reasons to be in a buy position. So that's why I dropped further to the 5 minutes. I dropped further to the 5 minutes. Let's see. I think I was here. These two positions. I dropped further to the 5 minutes, seeing that this was on Monday. I think that was Monday position. Yeah, here we are. So I've already seen that the market has displaced. Is it really? I think this today. These are no. Yeah, I think this was yesterday. 2 positions because I have 2 accounts. I took 2 positions. Yeah. So at first, since we were trading, we had already traded. No, I think, yeah, this is the real thing I'm looking for. Since price wasn't really respecting or dropping to this specific the fair value area or the 4-hour, 1 hour IR or the 4-hour IR, the market pushed higher. We dropped further, right? Which to me wasn't really, I was patient with it. But immediately we did break through these highs because we had this inversion. We broke through that inversion. Immediately we broke through these bodies. That's why I had my position. But we consolidated a little bit, rallied back into this inversion. We swept, we formed an SMT, which to me was really key. And immediately we formed that. That's when I really went to another account and then added this position. Then the market, you can see, we pulled higher. I was really targeting one trade. I wanted to see the market trail. I had a 1 to 10 for this, for one of the positions, which has actually could have been hit, but I was trailing my stops aggressively, and I think I was caught up in today's kind of this movement lower to the OTE levels over here, which I'm going to be explaining. But it actually ended up at a 1 to 4. That's why you can see I didn't really have that 1 to 10. So that was the trades that I took. These were Monday trades. I think these were Monday trades. And now yesterday, how did I read price? Price we had already displaced. We were here. Price has already displaced above this intermediate high. Now I was trying to look for opportunities. I usually trade after the 9 a.m. So this was the candle that had already printed, and you can see we were expecting 4 hour fair value gaps. The market was forming an SMT over here. We're displacing above these weeks, and this candle, the 9 a.m. candle, closed above. No, this is the candle that I traded. It opened at around 9, but you can see I got a trade at around 10. So as the candle was printing at that moment in time, I dropped into the 1 hour time frame. Oh, this is actually the 1 hour time frame. What about the 4 hour? Sorry, phone is taking screenshots. So here was the 4 hour. Yesterday, I think, was on Tuesday at around 9. Yeah, what was happening. So this was the candle that was printing at that time. We had this 4 hour fair value gap, which I was really watching. But we expect to see the market drop into this, or what will happen. I also had a 4 hour IR, which you see that was where the market reacted off of. We formed an immediate rebalance and then we pushed higher. I don't know how I did delete it, but I had this level and also the 4 hour fair value gap were my key context areas. Now, dropping into the 1 hour, what did I see? Let me label back the immediate rebalance, guys. To do this quick and rest it around 1 a.m. over here. So around this place, that's where I had my immediate rebalance level. which you can see the market exactly dropped to that level and then we continued higher. So since we have the 4 hour fair value gap and we can see the market was reacting nicely into a fair value gap displacing above, we had these 9 a.m. candle closing above, not only above these highs but also above this prior candle high. So that to me was a signal that we want to see higher prices. And since we had immediate rebalance there, the market dropped into that level, and as we were dropping, I dropped into the 15 minutes time frame. I dropped into the 15 minutes time frame, and you can see we reacted into that, which also was paired with a 15 minutes fair value gap. At around 10, we tapped into it, and as we were displacing, I entered my fair value within those fair value gaps that were being created, and the market displaced. This is where I wanted to really see a 1 to 10. This is where I wanted to capture a 1 to 10 position, which by now I think would have been triggered. But again, what did happen is that I was trailing my stops too aggressively, and the final stop loss I moved, I think, was to this level after seeing these fair value gaps being displaced, these candles, right? I moved it here, but I was taken out for this position at around 1 to 3.75. We consolidated a little bit. Then for today's trade position, I also reanalyzed afresh, seeing that we were, remember, the long-term target hasn't really been taken. We are a few pips from it. So what did I see? Is we were reacting off this 4 hour fair value gap. You can see we have a 4 hour fair value gap. The market traded into it, but it wasn't the New York session. I don't trade until the New York session. So during this time, I think this was time distortion. We saw a drop down below this 4 hour fair value gap. We saw the prior candle high. As I was coming, I saw, yeah, we are seeing, we also be talking about this 1 hour fair value gap, but what I seen in that moment in time is we dropped into the key level, short liquidity, we rejected, and this candle closed inside this liquidity. So then from there, since we are reacting off this context area, then I wanted to capture moves going higher. So I tried to drop onto the 1 hour time frame to look for my context area, because now an entry context area, because we have the high time frame context, which is this 4 hour fair value gap that was being respected, and also utilizing my flip tool from this low to this high. I know that the market traded into the premium discount levels, deep discount levels, and since we are reacting off discount levels, price rejected, body closures, you can see the 1 hour and the 4 hour fair value gaps were respected to the T, seeing that we had this 1 hour fair value gap, and since it wasn't around 9, I wanted to see the 9:30 open trade, so we saw the market displays higher during the 9:30, closing above this wick that had already rebalanced this fair value gap. So immediately I saw that, I dropped further to the 15 and also the 5 to see what was price presenting to me at that moment in time. Seeing at that moment in time, price push, dropped to the OTE levels, we had this low, the market displaced above. During 9:30, we dropped lower. Since I was not really bearish for the day, I waited for the candle to shift, I waited for this candle to shift, and that's where we saw the market displace higher, closing above that level. As we were closing, immediately we closed at that point in time, I entered my trade. Immediately the candle opened, was in a little bit drawdown, then we displaced higher. Later we dropped, but I held on. I didn't really move my stops really quick. I held on, and then later we saw the market displace. For one position, for one account, actually, my TP has been hit, but the next one, it seems I had a slight higher TP, which hasn't really been traded into. I'm really waiting. I think it will be traded into overnight, because I'm at break-even now, or not, but I'm expecting maybe a sweep of that high. Then from there we can see what the market will be doing. And since we're in close proximity to those levels, I think we can see the market reach that level. So that's how I did take these positions. I think these are 1 to 4, 1 to 4. This also I took 2 1 to 4s, also 1 to 4s. So I think on Monday I took 1 to 3. Yeah, on Monday 1 to 3, yesterday 2 to 4, and today on Wednesday I think 1 to 4 also for my 2 accounts. So that's what has happened, and that's how I did trade. But one thing I wanted to be aggressive with my entries. Why? Because we are in a zone of low resistance where we can expect to see moves like this, moves that happen fast and head to the target. So that was it. Until next time, guys, be safe, and let's see. I might be closing my week over here because I don't want to give my profits back, and let's see what opportunities the market will be giving us. Until next time, be safe.